Welcome back. The holiday season is a time for reflection and new beginnings. And if you're in the process of ending one chapter and beginning another with your spouse or your partner, the legal paperwork and attorney fees can be daunting. So here to help us through the legalese is Melissa A. Mooradian, a legal document assistant. So I think this is, I actually hear a lot about people making, maybe after the holiday season, they've had some time to reflect, they've had some time to, decide one way or the other about what sorts of life decisions they make. And so if people are going through a divorce and maybe it's, not that tumultuous, they just have paperwork, how do you help?
I can fill out all the documents for them and file them with the court.
And so how is going that route different? Because I don't know if anybody if many people know, you don't necessarily need an attorney to file for divorce, right?
Correct.
It just means that because much of our legal system is filing paperwork and filing motions, it just means that you actually have to submit the document that says you're going to file for separation.
Correct. Yeah, and so, the court documents, they are, kind of, you have to know what you're doing.
Yes.
So, so you have to have somebody who knows what they're doing do it.
Right. But attorneys are not the only people who know what they're doing, right?
Correct.
Because if you were working in an attorney's office, they or she would probably have you do the paperwork anyways.
Absolutely.
So is the process I know that it's cheaper. It's
Yes.
definitely a lot less expensive. Is it less time consuming? How else might it be different?
Yeah, well, I do all types of appointments. I do phone appointments. I do virtual appointments. Sometimes I never even meet my clients.
Oh, okay.
And then I also, if they want one-on-one time, I can also do that.
Yeah.
So there'll be, a short appointment for that, and then I prepare everything. It takes them a couple minutes to, review and sign the documents, and then I do everything else. So,
what scenario might this be good for? Because I would imagine that it's not great for every divorce case. What scenario might a legal document assistant be perfect for?
I can fill out anything that, needs to be filed with the court. But if you need someone to represent you in court, if you need someone standing there with you, you cannot do it on your own, then you need an attorney.
Okay. So if maybe you have a very mutual agreement and you both are on the same page, you just need to file the paperwork, you can help them do that.
Yes.
On maybe a little bit of a happier note for the holiday season, you offer all kinds of services. So what else can a legal document assistant help with?
I do like civil actions, small claims, evictions, and I do a little bit of probate, estate planning, and all types of family law.
Okay, so like conservatorship, or do you do custody?
I do.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. When you work on custody agreements, I would imagine that both parties, there is no, people aren't contesting anything, right? They're just coming to you to say, file this piece of paper.
Yeah, and usually it is contested,
Okay.
and so and those get a little bit heated between the parties and
Sure.
stuff. But yeah, so.
But in any scenario, you cannot give legal advice. You can just follow the requests of your client.
Correct.
But it makes it a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
How much cheaper do you think it makes it?
A lot cheaper, thousands.
Thousands of dollars. What's the process like? How do you accept clients? Is it easy? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, they'll call me or they'll send me a message through my website, and then we'll exchange information, and I'll send an intake form. Once I review the intake form, I'll decide whether I can take the case or not.
Right.
And then we'll set up a meeting after that.
Do most people find you knowing they need a legal document assistant, or do they find you after somebody has turned you on to them? Because this is such a niche career and a niche expertise.
It's about maybe 60%,
Okay.
like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. and then, oh, I have a friend
Yes.
that, you know what I mean,
Yes.
needs your service. Can I give her your number? Stuff like that.
Well, obviously the word of mouth is good because you're expanding to Bakersfield, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so what does that mean? Will you have an office there, or will you just be able to take clients from further south?
I'll be able to take clients from there. Yep.
All right.
Kern County.
All right. Well, you know, I used to live there, so I'm sure that there are people that can use your services. We will put all of Melissa's information online as well. The website's right down there. Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, don't change that channel. The new year is right around the corner, and businesses everywhere are looking ahead. How Amazon Web Services is helping small businesses meet and exceed their goals next.